Hey guys, I'm Jessica Linh. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be going over November's recap in today's video. We're going to talk about finances, work, which is finance related, acting stuff, got some exciting stuff there, and student loan update. So come join me. I'm so cold today. It's not even, it was a super sunny day outside. It was beautiful, got to go out. Got a new sweater from H&M, really comfy and loungy. I've been like needing more of that. I have plenty of loungewear, I guess, like leggings and comfy clothes, but nothing cute. Like it's comfortable, but it's like, old t-shirts and super old pilling leggings and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? Even if you're at home more, like you need to feel cute and feel good about yourself in that space as well. So yeah, I'm happy about this sweater. Um, yeah, I don't know why it's so cold. It's like, well, first off, I live in a basement, a renovated basement, and it's great. My boyfriend and I love it down here, but it gets cold sometimes. It's not like Arctic tundra cold, but you tend to feel it a bit more. And I'm a freeze baby. I get cold really easily, so there's that. Which is why I'm drinking my tea. It's a non-caffeinated tea. I think it's like echinacea, but I wanted something to kind of warm me up while I'm doing this because my hands are literal ice right now. But it's only mid-December in Atlanta, so I'm not feeling too good about how it's going to go over the rest of winter. So let's talk about November. November went pretty well. It was a busy month. I totally miscalculated. I think I forecasted November to be a relaxed month, outside of Thanksgiving. But I was totally wrong. It was super busy with events and lots of Friendsgivings, actually. It was a month of supporting friends. So supporting friends, whether it was friends who had movies coming out, which, by the way, plug alert, if you haven't seen Violent Night in theaters, it's in theaters now. My really, really good friend Alexis Louder is a big part of the film, and you should go see it and support it. It's a fun, wild, violent Christmas movie, so if that sounds like your jam, check it out. Also had a friend in a staged reading, which was fun to see. She did a great job, and her friend who's the writer that I also know is fantastic. The story is just really good. And so a staged reading is where actors perform. They have the scripts in hand, so they're not totally off book memorized, but they are still at like a performance level, and it's a way for everyone to hear the story out loud and for the writers to hear it out loud. Maybe they make notes on it, and it's nice because putting on a full production is really expensive and time consuming, and not everyone has the means to do that. So a staged reading is still a good way to get a good performance in. Which brings me to something I did was a staged reading last month as well, and it was really fun. It was for a studio that I've been a part of for a while called the Company Acting Studio in Covington, Georgia, and we performed a song for Coretta by Pearl Cleage. And it was so good. It was really nice to get back on stage in some type of live setting. We had a great couple of nights of audiences. I got to perform as a former military medic, and my part was towards the later half of the play, but I came in with a bang. It was very emotional, and I got a lot of good feedback from it overall with the play and with my character as well. So I was really proud of that. It's always really nice to get to perform for an audience and move people. I mean, it brings me back to like why I love doing acting, I want to tell stories. I want to relate to people that I might not be able to relate to on a regular basis. And through that, I want to be able to tell that story to other people and have them hopefully feel something as well and take something from that and learn something. And I think that's a really beautiful thing. November was also busy with a ton of birthdays. I had no idea so many of my friends had birthdays in November, or maybe they're new friends. I don't know. We might have to rethink that next year and see who makes the cut for birthdays because No. It was a lot of fun. It was a great. Birthdays are always, come on, they're a great excuse to like get out and hang with people and have some fun. But it's money involved because everyone has their birthday at some kind of cool, group event place, like an escape room type of thing, or other versions of that, or a bar, club, dinner. You know the drill. So it's money that's gonna be spent, but it was well spent, and no complaints there. Another cool thing that happened last month was I got to meet this big YouTuber. Well, actually, he's a dog trainer first, but he got really big on YouTube because he does a lot of content on there. And his name is Tom Davis. He did a big dog training tour through the U.S. For the past few weeks, and he came to Atlanta, and it was awesome. I was like the first one there, the last one to leave. He was a great guy to talk to, and it was cool to meet the rest of his team. And that was a part of an unexpected expense because I ended up buying a leash from him. I watch a ton of his videos. I'm kind of a dog training hobbyist. I love training my dog, even though I've slacked off a bit in the last few months. I need to get back on that. I would like to. And yeah, it was just really cool to get to meet someone that like is like pseudo celeb. I followed him for some time now, like the last few years, and I really appreciate his content. So, also another plug, if you have a dog or interested in training or have a dog that has some reactivity issues and want to work on that, I highly, highly, highly recommend Tom Davis with Upstate Canine Academy, I believe is the name of his company. November was just a few unexpected expenses. Small things here or there, like business, office supplies. I think I needed stamps. I had a commission I had to send to my agents for a ADR session, an audio recording session that I did for a TV show. And so, yeah, that wasn't much. But the big unexpected expense was a dental appliance. I needed a new hard guard because several months ago, my dog, Jorah, had gotten to my hard guard. And listen, it was my fault. I was still new at the dog. I had left it on this tray. I had taken my hard guard out and left it on this tray on a coffee table. And I had done it a couple times before. It had been totally fine. He never went to the coffee table, especially not within the tray, because that's like an extra obstacle. And the next thing I know, my boyfriend tells me, he's like, oh my God, I heard Jorah chewing on something. I didn't think twice. And then I looked, and it was your guard. And the thing with the guard is it's a custom made one. It was over $2,000. Oh my God, it like hurts to say that out loud. And I wanted to sell the dog. I was like, this isn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? But, anyways, my dentist, great guy, he let me, because I was out of warranty with it too. So it was pretty devastating. But he let me get a new one for 50%. So I got it for $1,200. But yeah, people, that is not a corner store bag of chips expense. Like, that is a lot of money, obviously. And I knew this a couple months ago, that at some point I was going to have to pay for that. And I was waiting. Believe me, I was not in a rush to pay that amount. But it got to a point where a lot of the pain that I was dealing with that had been resolved was really coming back. And so I just couldn't fight that anymore. So, yeah, that was not a super happy $1,200 that I had to spend. But fortunately, I need it. My health is important, and I get migraines. I can't sleep. My neck pain, which leads to all the back pain, comes back. So what are you going to do? Another unexpected expense is purchasing a flight to Miami, because my boyfriend and I decided we're going to go on a few-day cruise in January. And we had been looking at flights, following them closely, and I happened to find a very cheap flight to Miami for $113 round trip for 2 people. total. I'm not joking. And so, like, yeah, we had to buy it, you know? Like, how can you skip out on that price? So I hurried up and snagged it. The times, too, on top of it were perfect. That's what blew my mind. It was exactly the time that we needed to get in so you could go straight to board the cruise ship. And then it was a perfect time afterwards in the evening where we don't have to rush to get off the ship and run to the airport. We have time to kind of make our way slowly through all of that. So, oh my gosh, I was like floored. And yeah, Frontier was one of those airlines where they charge you arm and leg for all the extra stuff. But listen, guys, we are professional travelers with that kind of stuff. Like, I have traveled in a backpack for a week and been fine. So this is going to be 4 days. It's going to be a breeze. So we're not going to pay anything extra. We're just going to bring our little personal item, which is a very full backpack, and good to go. And then the other couple of unexpected expenses was a probiotic that I had been taking monthly, and I had paused it for a while, but it restarted, and I wasn't prepared for that. But that's okay, because I really need that too, and I feel better when I'm on it. And another one is holiday deals. Like I said, what was I thinking that November was going to be an easy, slow month? Like, it's like Black Friday and Cyber Monday, all that stuff, and you're trying to get ahead of like some holiday shopping, and some deals are just too good to pass up, and I needed it anyways, so there you go. Now for some acting wins for anyone who cares out there, because I am an actor, and so I'm lucky enough that it can be a part of my life and I get to do it. Not all the time, but more than before. So that's great. First win was, I already mentioned, got to do a live staged reading, which was really fun. Another one is, technically I already finished. I wrapped it, but I got to be a lead in an independent film. And not my first lead ever, but my first lead in a film kind of this size, and I worked with some really talented actors that made the experience even richer. The whole crew was phenomenal. I've already seen some of the raw footage, and it is so good. So I'm very excited for how that film will come out, and I'm excited to see where it goes from there, because the director has a lot of big aspirations, and I've worked on independents before, and people who have plenty of big aspirations, for sure. And sometimes the skill level isn't always there, but he had the vision and the skill level, and he put together a really talented, good team. So it makes me more excited to see. But yeah. Regardless of where it goes, I was just super happy to be a part of it, and it really challenged me in a way that I really enjoyed. It was a tough shoot because it was all night shoots. It was 7 or 8 days of all nighttime shoots, which is like third shift. And that was really hard. And it's not like you're inside and cozy. There were a lot of outdoor shoots. I got bit by wasps, and yeah, that's a whole side story. That's crazy. How do you just throw that in there? I got bit by wasps. But yeah, we were in a backyard and at night, and an area that wasn't well groomed and cared for, and so it was just like an accident kind of thing. I'm better now. I'm healed. At the time, I was super traumatized. Yeah, I'm just like thinking about them now. Yeah, I was pretty traumatized, but I'm okay now. And oh yeah, something kind of cool. I almost got to be in a commercial with Shaq. Yeah. So that was awesome. I was on first refusal, which means I did the audition. I had a call back with the director. That went really well. And first refusal is where they have it narrowed down between pretty much to like 2 people. So maybe me and one other person. And that was going to be awesome. But unfortunately, the very next day where they were supposed to book the person they wanted, they said they had to postpone the commercial. They didn't say why. And that happens. And then also I had a call back for another commercial, something smaller, but yeah, cool. It was just nice to be called in on a regular basis and to get that kind of feedback. That's a win when you're in this industry. That is 100% a win, because there are a lot of things you're going up against, a lot of people, a lot of other factors involved, and so anytime you're getting called in, auditioning in the room and getting that good feedback, It's awesome. Let's get to my November recap. I'm going to join you down in the bottom corner of your screen. All right. So for our November recap, let's see. We had income. I just have this arbitrary number of 5,000 because that would be nice to hit 5,000, and that wasn't always possible for me. But lately, I've been getting closer and closer to that, and sometimes definitely exceeding that. So this month, I was at $4,142, and instead of kind of telling you exactly what all of my income was, basically when I counted it out, 52% of this is from acting income, so from that independent film I worked on, as well as some residual checks from a TV show, and something else. Oh, an ADR session, recording session. So that's 52%. 36% was from my nail job at the salon, and then 12% was other. So gigs, like I worked a couple of events in November, like a Halloween party where I was a greeter, and something else. I think it was like a princess party. I sometimes do Moana at parties, and the kids are so cute. So yeah, that was my income. Now spending, let's see. I had my budget set at 3,668, and overall I was under budget. I spent 3,539, which is awesome. It doesn't sound like I wasn't super duper under, just like within $100, but I brought a good amount in, so we can see that I had 858 left to cash flow. So auto insurance was 83. Gas and fuel, I was under. I thought for sure I would go over 175, but gas had gone down just a little bit, even though I did a lot of driving. So gas was at 133 out of 175. Travel for business expenses, which is like parking and stuff, that was $16 spent out of $20 budgeted. Bills and utilities was 171 out of $240 budgeted. Let's see. Business expenses I didn't account for at all, and that was 50. Let's see what that was. That was, oh, yep, that was supplies, like the stamps and agent commission that I owed on one of my checks. So that was at 50. Then education was $59 out of $120 budgeted, so it was under there. Didn't have to do too much with education this month. I think I had my UX course and then just my monthly acting membership at my studio. Entertainment. Crazy. I thought for sure I would spend that, but I had set $100 and I spent $7 out of the $100 budgeted, and that was for when my friend staged reading. It was a very good discounted price. Heck yeah, I'll take that. Alright, groceries. I'm so happy I was under in grocery category. That's phenomenal and almost never happens. So I had budgeted $225 and I spent $212. Heck yeah. But then you can see I had only budgeted $100 for restaurants because that was part of like the birthdays and going out last month that I did not account for. So I spent $170 out of the $100 budgeted, so I went $70 over. Wah. Charity is not included here. I did donate charity this month, or in November, but that was all through my Venmo account. I already had a balance in there, and so I just sent it through that. So that's why we're not seeing it here. And that was through, I donated to a friend's film that they're trying to raise money for, because it's a lot of work to make a film and to raise money for them. And then something else that I cannot remember right now. Health and fitness. I never like how this is broken up, but I had budgeted $14.65. I spent $15.07, so I went $42 over. And a big part of that is the dental heart guard that I'd mentioned I needed to replace. So yeah, that's $1,200 right there. So then after that, there was really only $300 left, and so part of that was for chiropractor. I budgeted 110, so two adjustments for the month, but I only did one. Only needed one, so it's 55. And then health insurance, I budgeted 66, but I only spent 52 because my dental dropped for some reason. I need to get a new dental plan anyways, so that is fine with me. If they're not charging me, I'm not going to say anything. And then massage. That's also part of a necessity for me because of the chronic pain that I'm dealing with. And so I went to a massage therapist at the chiropractor's office. And I had budgeted 85 because I thought I would go somewhere else. And she's just a bit more expensive at that office. So I spent 97, went $12 over. Didn't have anything in home improvement, services, supplies. I spent just 25 on rent. Miscellaneous expenses was, I set 40 and I spent 49, so I went $9 over. What is that? That is, I needed a money order because I was getting a replacement for my car title that I needed from the Ohio DMV. And so I had to mail that in. And then also I totally ran out of concealer. Completely forgot, and I do need that. I don't think I have to explain that, right? Yeah. We need our concealer for our tired eyes. So there's that. And then shopping. I had set 200. I was under by $4. About 197 spent. Yikes. Shopping. I think part of that was Christmas. I didn't divide that up into Christmas stuff. I just put shopping and gifts all in one category. And then I separated that out for December. So you'll see that difference. And then travel. I talked about spending that flight for Miami. The incredible Frontier flight for 2 people. Round trip to Miami. Does it get any better than that? I don't think it does. So that was $150 budgeted. I spent $114. And then other stuff that I didn't, again, unexpected expenses, was bank fees, finance charge. I did miss a payment, and I was able to get that late fee reimbursed because I hadn't made a late payment in months. I don't know the last time. And it just, slipped my mind. But honestly, this year I've been using a credit card. I have a couple cards, and I've been using that for points and things like that. And I've been very good about actually keeping up with that because that was a problem for me in the past. And so I feel very good about where that's going. And I'll probably continue to put most of my expenses on credit cards like that because if you can do it responsibly and well and get those perks, it's worth it. So yeah, that is my November budget and how that went. I had $603 left over according to this. And I wish I could say that went to savings, but it did not because Christmas is coming, so I definitely allotted some money towards that and towards vacation spending. I'm just going to start fresh in the new year with savings plans and getting all that on track. And I do have an update there because I had this private student loan for the longest time that suddenly has been forgiven. And I wish I had a way to explain that and how that happened, but I really don't. I went from trying to negotiate my student loan with them, even from the interest, to trying to settle with them back in September, to no success with that. They refused any offer that I gave. And so the only solution I had was I had to go in default with the loan. And I had a student loan lawyer that was going to help me with a settlement once I reached default. But when I went back to check my account, it was at 0. I don't know if anyone's even listening this far in the video, but if you are, that is absolutely insane. I'll have to mention this in another video because I think it's just like too incredible and crazy not to mention. But if that has happened to any of you, this is not a part of the Biden student loan forgiveness thing, by the way. This is this is private, not federal, and so they can do whatever they want. Yeah, I'm pretty floored, but if that's the case, um, I can now start moving forward and making plans and finishing my emergency fund, starting a Roth IRA, saving for just all kinds of things that I couldn't before because I felt like this private student loan completely stalled my life. So, yeah, that's wild. That is all I have for you today. So if you've been watching my rant this whole time, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it, followed along with me. I have some cool stuff that I want to get going for 2023, and I'll make a separate video talking about all of that. So yeah, thank you so much. Once again, my name is Jessica Lynn. If you liked this video, please like it. I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe. I mean, subscribing would be great, actually. Either one. I won't ask for both. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you want to like. You don't have to do both. But if you want to, that's great too. It all helps. And I enjoy making these, and I hope I keep going. And if you want to follow along my journey, I would love that too. All right. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.